big ass, how I get that ooh.
And now back to your regularly scheduled program.
What's goody, YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome to the channel, or welcome back to yet another live reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to the YouTube channel, leave your comments down below, and enjoy this reaction video. What's goody, YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. I'm your girl, TMR. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over this daggone break room, y'all. Oh, boy. All right. Y'all see the title and y'all see the thumbnail. Child, we back. We back with Peyton Maree Charles. If you guys are not aware, y'all know a few days ago, I think that was last week, around April the 1st, one of y'all came in the chat and was like, girl, did you hear about Peyton? And her boyfriend Big broke up. And I said, girl, no. And so apparently she we went over there to Instagram, y'all. She was on Instagram telling us she found out that Big been cheating on her. Okay. And so we was like, is this an April Fool's joke? And apparently the way we saw her on Instagram, it wasn't. Well, Peyton did her weekly vlog yesterday. And we're going to take a look at that. And then she also went on TikTok, child, and told a more elaborate story. Okay. You say you sound like loose cannon. Did a more elaborate story on the situation between her, Big, and the woman that he was cheating with. So give you guys a little backstory, things that I did not know. Big is a school teacher, okay? And the lady that he was having a relationship with outside of Peyton is a school teacher as well, too. Now, I'm not sure if they teach at the same school or whatever the case may be, but the way the woman brought to Peyton's attention that her and Big were sleeping with her and the lady was sleeping with the same man, and his name is Big, and she went into the comments of one of Peyton's Instagram posts or stories and left it in the comments. And then the girl's mother confirmed it by sending Peyton a DM and confirming that her daughter is sleeping with Peyton's boyfriend. Okay. Yeah, Pearl. It go down over there on TikTok, child. So so for a lot of you guys who follow Peyton, y'all know this time last year, she had another situation with a guy that she was dating. It wasn't like this, but she found out that he was cheating. And now this time this year, so basically what Peyton is saying is once she showed Big's face, all hell broke loose. And you say that is crazy how he finally confessed. Well, at this point, he had no other choice but to confess. Because what you keep lying for? From what Peyton will tell us, the girl had 20 pages of receipts. Text messages, pictures of her being in Big's house. The girl found pieces of eyelashes on the floor. So the lady definitely had the receipts that her and Big were together. Now, how long they were together? I think I missed that part. I don't know, but apparently they've been messing around for several months. Let me just say that, okay? For several months. And it sounds like Peyton has been messing around with Big since probably like summer of last year. And she said just when she started getting close, she even started going to Big's church. Okay. I guess the longest Peyton has been in Dallas, she couldn't find her church home. And she met this guy, Big, and started going to his church. And now she's feeling conflicted. She said she had to tell the pastor that she's leaving the church. And I said, well, what did you have to tell the pastor? Did the pastor even know you was there? I don't know if it's one of those big old mega churches in Dallas. Because, Dallas got quite a few mega churches. I don't know if he belonged to one of them big old mega churches. So, here's the thing, y'all. What Peyton is going through, women have went through it before. Some women choose to stay and some women don't. What is Peyton's, what is her choice? I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm thinking she's choosing to leave and just let it be. You can tell that she really, really was feeling this guy. You can definitely tell that she was really, really feeling this guy, and she really is still feeling this guy. Yes, they can, girl. Yes, Pearl. But I think Peyton thought that she had the one. And unfortunately, he showed her different, April said, because he counseled them a few times, I believe that's why she told the pastor, but I think she wanted a message from him. So she could stay. I mean, I don't know. It is Greenheart. It is. Like, we watching the Kendra G reaction show, and people just don't respect each other anymore. People just don't respect the quality of life. We see that how these, young men are out here taking each other's lives for the lack of nothing, and it feels the same with dating. Like, people don't just respect you. They don't value, they don't respect. Social media, in my opinion, and I feel is one of the biggest reasons all these dating apps, people don't really got to engage and commit, because the pick of the litter is literally at their fingertips. Y'all know back in the day, for us old dolls in the chat, when social media wasn't a thing, the only way you could meet somebody is if you met them through somebody else that or at church, or if you went out to the club, or bumped into somebody at the gas station or the grocery store or a barbecue. That's how you met people. But now with social media, and let's be honest, if you're going to a barbecue, you're going to church, you're probably not going to be around 10,000 plus people, right? But now with social media, it's just it's the pick of the litter. You just have the pick of the litter. And so people just really feel like, well, I'm going to just throw her in the gutter and go find another. Because let's be honest, I'm not saying that Peyton, I'm not trying to disregard Peyton, but if Big wanted to find another woman that got, nice little coin in his pocket, nice looking, nice body, it's plenty of them on the internet. She not the only one. And should he feel like that? I mean, nobody should feel like that. But the reality is that's how they operate. That's how they operate now. You said, I feel like this guy is also bad for the brand. Now that everything was brought to light. Teresa said, it ain't safe in 2025 playing with lives and emotions. Folks will end up on TV One playing around. You gonna find out. That's true, sis. Rhea said, yeah, she kept saying ego was bruised and not her typical player P. Yeah, exactly. She did keep saying that. So y'all, let's get into her TikTok, right? Let's get into her TikTok real quick, because honey, it went down at the bowling alley, okay? So Peyton decided to invite the girl to the bowling alley where her and Big were went to I guess have a talk, right? And Peyton thought it was a good idea to confront Big at the bowling alley. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't think that was a good idea. Okay, I didn't think that was a good idea, but you guys will soon see why it wasn't a good idea. Okay. So let's get into it.
name, and that one little tag was all it needed for me. So I didn't plan on bringing this to TikTok, but one of my subscribers watched my Instagram story and she discussed it on TikTok. And she didn't mention my name, but there was one person who did. She put two and two together and did mention my name, and that one little tag was all it needed for me to now be discussed on TikTok. So I guess I'm just gonna discuss it on TikTok. I don't know. Maybe I'll do a YouTube live. I don't know. But yeah, I found out my boyfriend, who's been in a lot of my most recent vlogs on YouTube, has been cheating on me because the woman came to me as a woman. After I showed his face in my vlog, I hadn't been showing his face. But my most recent vlog, when we went and got the dog, I did feel comfortable enough to show his face because I felt like we were so solid. We going on 7 months. This is somebody that, got me back in the church. We pray together, we fast together, we go to church together. The pastor has prayed for us. I've met his family, I've met his friends. I didn't really have any reason to doubt him, even though I did have trust issues because my biggest complaint in this relationship was he's always in his phone. And when he comes over here, our whole relationship, his phone always on do not disturb, always on silent. I've definitely had reservations, and we've discussed that. And he said that he was gonna get better because he didn't feel like he's always in his phone. But yeah, Sunday morning, right before Sunday service, that was the first thing I saw when I unlocked my phone is, please check your DM. DW, we're gonna call him DW, which is coincidentally the same initials as Darnell Wright from Thin Line Between Love and Hate. But yeah, she said DW is a cheater. She posted that twice under a collaborative reel. So it really wasn't my reel, it was my hairstylist reel. So of course, when someone collabs with you, you don't have control over what's being posted. You can't delete it, none of this. So, I asked him about it and he denied it, called her a stalker, blocked her from my phone. And he was trying to move past it. But I had an attitude that whole Sunday. I couldn't move past it. And then I pick up my phone, I go through my DMs because I was just, reading DMs from, people still sending me happy birthday texts and commenting on my dog. So this one particular DM was right there at the top. It was a lady that I always talk to, always since 2021. Um, she was telling me that she was the girl's mom, and her daughter just found out last night that we are dating the same man. And she's devastated and she's hurt and
That
all
was
these
Candy
things. And I'm like,
Cool.
wow. So now I'm having a panic attack. I call him downstairs. I'm like, what's this? He's still sticking with the stalker story. So Monday rolls around and, he's really acting like none of this is going on. You know what I'm saying? He is like, if I've ever met a narcissist or the devil, it would be him. Because like, he hit me up like, babe, you want to make a music video? I'm like, no. I want to sit in this. I want to understand why this lady just texts me what she texts me. He's like, don't worry about it, babe. I'm gonna get it handled. I'm sorry for that. This is, you going through this because I don't do drama, y'all. I don't. I don't bother nobody. People always fucking bothering me. I don't bother nobody, man. Like for real. My world just got turned upside down. This nigga acting like none of this even fucking matters. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, when he brought up an old argument that we had already settled and I had apologized for, I kind of felt like this was him deflecting, you know what I'm saying? And it made me wanna, find out more. So I just randomly get on TikTok because I had posted a video of my dog, you know what I'm saying? And because the video ain't doing numbers like that, I'm reading the comments. So when I scroll all the way down, it say 3 comments need to be reviewed. This is a video of my dog. I'm not even in it, y'all. It say 3 comments need to be reviewed. So when I click on it, it's the girl. She had, if TikTok didn't put this in the review, this would have been right there for everybody to see. It's the girl saying, I'm literally trying to tell you, me and DW just had sex this past Thursday, unprotected. We've been having unprotected sex for the past 2 months. I have been having feelings that he might have someone, and I've been asking him, do he have a girlfriend? And he keep telling me no. He has been living a whole double life, and it's been cheating on you. So I send him that. And I'm like flabbergasted. I'm like, why is this girl keep doing this publicly? Like, why she not even trying to be private? So this when I go to my private messages, which I never do because I'm not on TikTok like that. If I'm on TikTok, I'm ordering shit. So lo and behold, she had sent 3 long messages on TikTok in the private messages, and one thing stuck out to me when she said she found a lash at his house. And I had already asked him, like, have y'all been messing with each other this year? Da da da. He said she ain't never been in his house. Like, he's sticking to the stalker story. When she said she found a lash at his house, I said, this girl is not lying. Because when it comes to lashes, I'm all over his house. I'm all over my house. I be thinking they spiders on the floor. Because I got a bad habit of picking them out and let them drop where they fall. And I know this probably trifling, but I'm actually glad I do that.
So let me say this to you guys. If you notice, she said that the woman kept reaching out to her publicly. She wasn't sending her email. She wasn't sending her a private message. This woman is leaving comments under videos. So some of you might say, well, why was she doing that? Why wouldn't she just send her an email? Or because y'all got to understand, she don't have to protect Peyton's feelings. Obviously, this woman was in her feelings just as much as Peyton is in hers, right? She having sex with the man just like Peyton is. So this woman obviously was in her feelings. So at this point, who is she to protect Peyton's feelings when her feelings are being destroyed and hurt? She left comments under a video as well too. Hey, Kiki. So, Peyton had said in a video, maybe a video 2 back, I think around the dog when she got the dog, she said that she had a key to Big's house. She said she had a key to the man's house. So I'm thinking to myself, so is he screwing her at the woman's house? Because the woman said she been at his house. Because how does Peyton got a key, but you actively screwing women in your house and your quote unquote girlfriend got a key? I said, baby, these ninjas is bold nowadays.
So after this, I also read him those messages. At this point, like that boy should get the Golden Globe or whatever you get when you can act real good. Cause I mean, he was acting like she really just made all this stuff up out of thin air. And I watch a lot of Lifetime movies. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Like I don't like she had dates, everything, and the dates lined up to when we was beefing over stuff. You know what I'm saying? And having disagreements in our little, relationship spats and stuff like that. It lined up when I wasn't with him. If she had to pick any days when I know we was together and I spent the night and he was over here, then I would have been like, yeah, she lying. But her dates lined up to when we was beefing or I was on my period or something. You know what I'm saying? So he brought up an old argument and tried to deflect. And then when I read him her whole TikTok private message, I crashed out, y'all. I'm not gonna lie, I crashed out and I threatened him. And I was like, I'm gonna be at your house when you get off work because I had keys to his house. But I calmed down, then I reached out to her. I said, hey, because she seemed so hurt, you know what I'm saying? She was devastated, just as devastated as I am, you know what I'm saying? But in that moment, I was angry. I couldn't even really feel what I was supposed to be feeling. As I couldn't feel no pain. Like that numbed me because all I saw was blood. I ain't even gonna lie to you. So when I calmed down, I was like, hey, would you be interested in meeting me at his apartment so we can discuss, or would that be odd? And she was like, yeah, absolutely. I'm like, I just wanna, be able to express our feelings without being gaslit, because what he's saying about you don't align with the screenshots. Because once I reached out to her and told her to send me the screenshots, man, say, like, and he's a Libra, y'all. And when I tell you, I thought Geminis could lie. Baby, Libras, they are never, ever defeating the lying ass Libra allegations. not. They grave walkers and grave talkers, baby. Whatever lie they get, they taking it to the grave for sure. So, we end up meeting at the bowling alley instead because I guess I scared him because I did threaten him. And I was like, hey, change of plans. We not meeting at his house. He told me to follow him to this bowling alley. I don't know the name, so I'm gonna send you my location in the lane we at. Now I thought two things was gonna happen. When she pulled up, I thought he was either gonna walk off and be dismissive or deny me like he was just playing me and using me for clout. I really thought he was gonna walk off. So because I thought he was gonna walk off, when we started bowling, I wouldn't let him hold my dog because I didn't want him to walk off with my dog. Um, and we started bowling. He was like, "What we playing for?" I'm like, "If I win, you get to tell the truth. No, if you win, you get to tell the truth. And if I win, I get to tell the truth. And if I won, I was gonna tell him that she was on the way. But I already knew that I wasn't gonna win. I'm playing with a fucking dog in my hand, and I can't bowl that good. I got on nails. So anyway, as I'm bowling, I sit down and it's his turn and he throws my phone down and he's like, hello? So I didn't plan on bringing this to TikTok,
All
but
right,
one of
let's go
my
to the next part.
subscribers watched my Instagram story and she discussed it on TikTok. And she didn't mention my name, but there was one person who did. She put two and two together and did.
Hold on, y'all. Next one. There's a part 2. Wait a minute, hold on.
He take me back at 3 something in the morning, but an hour and something later.
Let me get the right one on there. Hey, hold on, y'all. I gotta find it. I just had it too. Give me one moment, y'all. I'm sorry about that. All right, let me bring y'all back in for part 2. So we're still on TikTok. So she's telling us now what happened once the girl shows up at the bowling alley. So her and Big are at the bowling alley. She's holding the dog, and now the girl shows up.
Because my house is still brand new, so it be making noises, and then she be sounding like somebody opening the door. It's scary as fuck. Shit, me and my dog jumped up. But yeah, so when I went to bowl, I'm literally bowling with my dog in my left hand and the bowling ball in my right. He like, so you gonna bowl with the dog in your hand? I'm like, yeah. He like, why? And I'm like, cause it's us against you. And he looked around like, I feel like he knew the hidden message in it, you know what I'm saying? The subliminal message in it. So when I went to bowl, he grabbed my phone, but I didn't notice because it was behind my back. You know what I'm saying? I didn't notice until afterwards. He called the girl and told her, if you come in here, I'm going to kill you. And he hung up the phone. So when he was hanging up the phone, I was walking back, sitting down on the couch, and he had threw my phone down on the couch. And he was like, if she come in here, I'm going to kill her. And I'm like, what? So I looked down and I'm like, did he just throw my phone? And so he had walked off when I looked down to see what he had, did he put my phone down? Because I'm like, ain't no way. Like, how would he know that? So when I turned back around, man, they in the bowling alley. They are in the bowling alley tussling. She's screaming, yeah, bitch. Yeah, you ate my You know what I'm saying? She know everything. She the one that called me up here. I done already sent her all the screenshots. So like all I see is I'm walking over there with my dog in a little green sling, y'all. I'm walking over there, they tussling. Like she done picked up a chair and threw it at him. He trying to break her phone. He trying to break her car keys. He done took all her stuff from her. So she chasing him. The employees in the bowling alley, because ain't nobody but us in the bowling alley, because it was like Monday afternoon, like after work. So it really ain't nobody in the bowling alley but the employees. So the employees trying to break them up. I'm trying to break them up, but I'm like over there where she at, you know what I'm saying? So she had picked up a chair and I was like, you know, not holding her back, but like, hey, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of in between them, like, nah, like this wasn't the point. You know what I'm saying? Like this wasn't what this was about. And you know, he's yelling, you a stupid stalker B, you a stupid stalker B. He just kept saying it, and she's saying, yeah, she know everything. You ate me out. She know I was just over your house last Thursday. I mean, that shit crazy. Like
my thing is, okay, y'all had oral sex. Okay, girl, what that mean? You know, it was like, why was you fighting that lady, B? You mad because she didn't allow you to have your cake and eat it too? So was you screwing with no feelings? Because obviously this woman was screwing you with feelings. So it's the fact that he jumped on that lady in the bowling alley. Baby, if I was Peyton, if she had an ounce of, if she had even an ounce of, I'm going to try to forgive you, that right there would have just, I'd have just threw my hands up. And said, you know what? You got this, bruh. That right there was like, how you mad at that woman because she don't like the fact that you was playing with her emotions, and you gonna fight her because she didn't let you have your cake and eat it too? You said that ninja realized he missed his golden ticket because teachers don't get paid that much. They are usually mad when they get caught. I thought that was a mess. I said, no, he didn't try to fight the woman.
I couldn't have made this shit up. I couldn't have scripted this. I couldn't have scripted this at all. So then they put her out the bowling alley. He's like, get over here. She was like, you see how he just yelled at you? That nigga's dangerous. So they put her out the bowling alley, locked the doors, me and him on the inside. They getting ready to call the police. So as I'm walking over to him, he was like, if I go to jail, you know who fault it is. I'm like, so I sit down and I'm like, why you react like that? That's not what this was about. Like, I invited her up here so I could get the truth. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were supposed to sit down like civil adults and have a adult conversation, because you calling this girl a stalker, saying she trolling me and all this stuff, but she right here with receipts, right? So when the police come, I'm not really knowing how good this man can lie yet. I'm saying, because he's sticking to the stalker story, but I know he can lie because I done already seen the receipts. So the police come, the police walk over. He was like, what's going on? He was like, she's a stalker.
My thing is this: how did Peyton think that this was going to go civil? How did she think that? Peyton, you knew this, you know this man lying, because she had already seen the receipts. She had already seen the receipts between Big and the woman. So how did you think her showing up at this bowling alley without him knowing that it was going to go civil? Like, you wanted to know the truth since you already knew the truth. She showed you the truth. So to me personally, and it's just me personally, I feel like Peyton wants the man to beg and grovel. But all the begging and groveling, like, is it even worth it? Because this man blatantly disrespected you. If it's true that she had a key to his house, girl, that's the fact that you had a key and he was still bringing that woman to the house sleeping with her. So what was the point of you having a key? Like, she knew this was going to be the reaction or very close to it. Nothing about that was going to be civil. It wasn't civil when him sleeping behind your back with another woman. That wasn't civil. So how did you think you, him, and her all in the bowling alley together was going to be civil? And it was on a Monday when wasn't nobody even in there. So how did she think that was going to be civil? I feel like Peyton knew what was going to happen. I didn't think she thought the man was going to jump the woman and threaten the woman's life. I don't think she thought it was going to go to that extreme, but that's just a clear indication that you didn't know who you was dealing with. Like you could be with somebody forever, for years and years, and you still don't know them because you're not going to be able to vet a person for every incident, because when you meet a person, every incident is not going to happen. You literally start knowing people based off your interactions with each other. That's how you start getting to know somebody. This was the first time that she found out that he was cheating on her. So, girl, you wasn't going to know how that man was going to respond until he responded. To me, personally, that wasn't safe. In my opinion, as an adult, that wasn't safe for Peyton to even have that situation. Like, girl, you had the receipts. You didn't need her in the flesh. You didn't need him in the flesh and you in the flesh to figure out the truth. The truth was in black and white.
She's stalking my girlfriend. She followed us up here. I'm looking at him like, no, she didn't. So now I'm like, oh, this man can lie convincingly, right? So every time he lied, I'm looking like, I can't help myself. Like, right. I'm looking at him like, man, you lying. So the police see it and they like, can we separate y'all so we can get separate statements? So the police was just like, go across the room. But I'm like, can I go outside and walk my dog? Because I already know, like, I'm finna get y'all the tea because I ain't got nobody to protect, because ain't nobody protecting me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm outside, walking, pressing so he can pee. The police come outside and he was like, can you tell me what happened? I'm like, yeah. He was like, what? So, what's going on? I said, well, I'm the girlfriend. And that situation was him fighting with the girl he cheated on me with. And the police are like, I'm like, yeah, if anybody should have been crashing out, it should have been me. So he was like, did you see him assault her? Because her mouth was bleeding. I was like, I'm not protecting him, but I did not see him assault her. What I saw was him grabbing her stuff, trying to smash her phone. So, she couldn't show me any more receipts in it. And she picked up a chair and threw it at him. I did see her mouth bleeding, but I don't know how her mouth was bleeding. Like, my right hand of God, like, I did not see him hit her, right? So I stayed outside because I ain't need him looking at me upside my head and playing victim like I set him up, because that wasn't the case. Like, at the end of the day, I am the one that was betrayed, okay? I am. So I stayed outside with Preston for a little while. I was on the phone with my cousin, like telling her everything going on. She's like literally like she can't believe this shit, because I'm telling you, this shit was like a movie. And then after I got off the phone with her, another police officer asked me my statement in for my driver's license. Then I walked over to the girl and I was like, I know you're not okay, but are you okay? She was like, Peyton, I plead the blood of Jesus, my right hand of God. I never would have thought that this man would put his hands on me. Like, because she was in love with him. I seen the messages. So, she was like, he know I ain't got no money. He done broke my phone. So I was like, don't worry about it. I'll replace your phone. She was like, I don't even really want to do this. I don't want to be the reason why another black man go to jail. But like, he put his hands on me or whatever. She was like, you cannot stay with him. He dangerous. Like, if I had came to his apartment, I know he would have tried to kill me. And I'm like, I don't think he would have tried to kill you, but I'm definitely glad we didn't go to his apartment, because I don't think that I didn't know he was going to react like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's never gave emotionally unstable. I've been the crash out in a relationship. Seriously, I have. So the police come out and they say they can't see him assaulting her on camera. So they basically banned them from the bowling alley. Me too. I was like, damn, what I do? And then, they let them go. Right. So
what you mean? You invited them all to the bowling alley. Peyton said, "Why I get banned for the bowling alley? What I do? Girl, you concocted this whole little meetup. What you mean? You were the mastermind.
I was like, I'm fit to go. I tell her, meet me at T-Mobile. I'm fit to buy you a new phone. So I went over there, bought her a new phone. She telling me more stuff that aligns with, I know that they had a connection. Like it was something going on between them, because the stuff that she was telling me he told her was things that I also, know he told me, he shared with me. She knew a lot of intimate details that if she was a stalker, she just wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? So we sat in the parking lot a little while longer, talked, and I was really not trying to trauma bond, but I mean, I was very, very shocked at the things that she was sharing with me. And I realized that he was playing both of us. I mean, I was just the girlfriend, but I don't think I meant anything to him, to be honest. I don't.
Peyton, you definitely meant something to him. He was enamored over the fact that he had him a little baddie on his arm. He was enamored over the fact that he had a woman with a little coin, definitely more money than him. Okay. And he was finessed by that. He was finessed that you was dealing with a man like him, right? Now, teachers, depending on what subject he teaches and how long he's been a teacher, I don't know how much money this man makes, but I'm pretty sure he's not making what she's making. Okay, I'm pretty sure of that. And so you definitely know why all this was going on. Like that man was mad because he probably felt like he not gonna be able to catch another one like Peyton, or he's not gonna catch anyone like Peyton no time soon. Let me say that. But that's just gonna show you how dumb men are. Now, my thing is this, like, I don't know who he met first. I don't know if he met Peyton first or he met the chick first, right? Let's just say he met Peyton first, right? Let's say he met Peyton first and he knows, Peyton, she got a beautiful home, nice car, little coin in the bank. She's not a dummy. She's smart. She's intelligent. Her love life is a little shaky, but, intelligent, right? She definitely is that. And he sees all this, right? She's very nice looking. So he sees all this, right? None of that mattered to him. Yet none of that mattered to him because he decided to go slither in the bed with a woman that didn't have as much as she had. So Peyton, and I'm sorry, y'all, I know you guys love Peyton, and I like Peyton too. I really do. I enjoy watching her videos, and I like watching her on YouTube. But I'ma just call it like it is. Peyton really thought she had the upper hand because she had more, right? And this is a clear indication that men don't really care about that. Men think with their little head and not their big head. Okay? Every damn time. Every time. So Peyton got to understand, baby, you're not exempt. Okay, just because you're cute and you got a little coin in your pocket, don't mean anything. Okay, because quiet as kept, Ussy don't have a face. Oh my girl, Ussy do not have a face.
I think I'm in the same boat with the girl. You know what I'm saying? But is he trying to reach out? Is he begging for forgiveness? Is he popping up in my house? Yes. Yes.
The other
and
lady's pretty too.
Sticking with, she's a stalker. We were sitting in the car and he called. She's listening. He's saying that she fabricated all the screenshots. Now I know it's some apps that you can do that, but I don't think that she fit do that to 20 different screenshots. That was crazy. And she also had pictures in his apartment. That's why I never showed his apartment in my house, because like I still was having like reservations about him. You know what I'm saying? While I'm showing him a little bit, but as I got more comfortable and he kept reassuring me and gaslighting me, I eventually, I'm like, you know what, fuck it, let me go and show his face. And when I showed his face, yeah. But I take accountability for not, leaving sooner and trusting my gut. I wanted to believe because this was a man of, we involved God in our relationship. I had never had a relationship like that. I wanted to believe that this time was real, you know what I'm saying? And God was really, sending me my Boaz, and I was wrong. I don't think it's a reason to laugh at my pain, but I get it. A lot of people that watch me don't genuinely fuck with me. I get it. I could just hope while you laughing at me that this never happens to you. Because when I was in that car with that girl, I said I sure know.
It's not even about laughing at her pain. I mean, obviously, if you don't like Peyton, you probably will. It's not even about laughing at your pain. Like, unfortunately, a lot of women have endured what Peyton is going through. Me personally, I do feel like Peyton don't know how to pick them. I feel like Peyton, she dates down. For some reason, she dates down for a reason. I don't know. Maybe men in her tax bracket are not available. So maybe there's not that many available men in her tax bracket. So she chooses to date men that's below her tax bracket, because obviously there are more men available that's below her tax bracket that's either in or above her tax bracket, right? So yeah, she definitely dates down. And and you know what? Here's the thing, y'all. We watch Peyton and we watch her nice house, nice car, clothes, jewelry, and all that. But y'all, that's materialistic. None of that makes a person, right? Peyton is just like like me and you. She just like all of us in this chat. Ain't nothing special about her other than and that's not even special. Her subscriber count, because there are plenty of people on social media with high numbers for subscriber counts. It's nothing special. I think the reason why Peyton chose to bring this to light is because the philosophy that we've heard a lot of these other women say: if you gonna make money off me, I'm gonna make money off myself too. I'm gonna tell my story. If you can tell my story and tell my own story and make money. I mean, at this point, you're a girl that makes a lot of sense. But the whole sitting in the car with the girl, trauma bonding. To be quite honest with you, I think Peyton did that because she really wanted reassurance that she's making the right decision to let this man go. Me personally, I don't think I would have had to. I would have sat and maybe listened to a little bit, but prior to this meetup at the bowling alley, Peyton had already got all the receipts. It was almost like Peyton is a glutton for punishment, because it's like, girl, how many times do you need to be reassured that this man obviously didn't give a F about you? Because if he cared anything about you, regardless if you showed his face or didn't show his face, if he cared anything about you, he would have never cheated on you. I believe he is in his early 30s, 32, 33, something like that. And I think Peyton is like 43, maybe. I know she's in her early 40s. Yeah, you saw the proof. So what was the point of steady, twisting the knife into the wound? It's almost like she's a glutton for punishment. And I didn't understand that. I was like, Peyton, like, how much reassurance that you need to know that this ninja ain't ish? It's almost like she was trying to find something that was some type of inconsistency that she could have been like, oh, well, maybe he is telling somewhat the truth. Maybe the girl is making this up. The reality is both of them women were hurt. She was hurt and the girl was hurt. Both of them was hurt because he was finessing her, Peyton, and the other girl. He was finessing both of them. And then Peyton's, the girl's mother, who's been a PayPal for about 5 years, even confirmed that the girl was dating big in Peyton's DMs. The girl's mama even got involved. Okay, baby, that's a lot going on. And here I think the biggest thing for Peyton is I think all the clothes that she has and all the money that she may have access to and the trips and all of that don't mean nothing when you don't have nobody to share it with. None of that means nothing when you don't have anybody to share it with. And I think Peyton's biggest thing is she really wants romance. She wants love. She wants somebody to share life with. And there's nothing wrong with wanting that. It's not nothing wrong with wanting that. However, Peyton, because of her being on social media, and because she has been hurt so many times before, you would have thought by now Peyton would have brought up a little tougher exterior because of the situations that I know of. I think this is like the third situation that I've heard of about Peyton and some man dogging her out. It's like at this point, like sis, you you're not getting it. You know what I'm saying? Like you, and that's the 3 we've heard of since she's been on social media. Ain't no telling about the ones we ain't heard of and the one situation she's had prior to social media. Yeah, he was playing them both. So now I want to get into Peyton's video. So she did a vlog, you guys, where she talked about the situation. And I kind of want you guys to listen to this, okay? And I don't know, y'all. I think this is a good conversation because women, we can relate to situations like this. You know what I'm saying? We can relate to it. A lot of us have experienced this. You know, the chick, I mean, at this point, I pray that Peyton and that girl both leave this man alone. I'm pretty sure the other girl that got beat up at the bowling alley, if she don't leave that man alone, she's probably just as dumb as this wall we looking at in Peyton's house. You know, she definitely needs to leave that man alone. That man showed no respect for you whatsoever. Soon, right in front of Peyton, he throwing you all over the bowling alley, breaking your phone and breaking everything, threatening your life. Like he had no regards for this lady whatsoever, which is so sad. As a man, he should have just dealt with the fact that, damn, I'm caught. Like I got caught literally and figuratively with my pants down and just suck it up and deal with the consequences. Because at this point, the cat's out the bag.
You better be glad it don't even smell like boo. It smell like
almost a year.
steak. But I ain't eating it.
Oh my God, Preston.
Hey, Anisha.
So you ain't been playing me?
Hell no, babe. I'm not playing. Like, ain't shit funny out here.
But
But
you won't put it on God that you ain't been cheating on me and you ain't been
I'm not doing that, babe. I'm not bringing God into that shit. Like, I'm not putting nothing like that on God.
Because it would be a lie.
Oh, I'm just not doing that.
And you saying you have not had sex with this girl. They're saying she's had sex with you.
This was before me and you, man. That's why she mad. Because I never wanted to be with her. I never was going to be with her ever in my life. Never even took her on a date, nothing.
When the last time y'all spoke?
I don't even know that.
Like, people shouldn't play with people. People shouldn't play with people's hearts. People shouldn't play with people's bodies. People shouldn't play with people's minds, especially someone that's already traumatized from being cheated on. Like, people just shouldn't play with people like that. I understand that me and you we didn't start off in the most holy way. But I think having God in our relationship so much.
Hold on, baby. Let me stop you right there. So what you saying, like where is you at right now? Where we at right now? Listen to me. Me posting you right now, right? Mm-hmm. Now, some people want to come to you, more women come to you as a woman. Mm-hmm. Is that you finna crash out, or is that us getting all this shit out the way? Where's your man at set with that?
It's a lot. Everything is a lot to process. It's a lot going on. I understand that you are doing this to make an effort to announce it, and stuff like that, but it's all very convenient.
So let me take you guys back. What we just watched on TikTok was before this. So this is the conversation he had with her before the bowling alley, right? This is right after she got the messages. So do y'all see how the lies is just coming out of his mouth? Like, it's so painful how these men just lie for no damn reason. Like Black and Bougie just said, a lie don't care who tell it, honey. A lie don't care who tell it. Like, he just sitting there just trying to finesse, and Peyton.
Of what's going on. I know you're saying that your genuine reason for wanting to do it has nothing to do with the young lady DMing me and messaging me about you being with her and cheating on me and things like that. But now that I'm not speaking out of emotion and I'm speaking logically, I just, it all sounds very convenient now. But I'm gonna be over there later. I'm gonna come over there later so we can talk in person and get some things under. Yeah, you can put any of your concerns on the table about where I have fell short in this relationship, and I'll put any of my concerns on the table about where you may have fell short in this relationship, and we'll go from there.
Where he fell short. Well, sis, let me help you out. Let's start with the woman that he was sleeping with reaching out to you on social media. Let's start there. Not where he fell short and where she fell short. What you done wrong? You sleeping and you creeping and dipping too, Peyton? Huh?
Do you mean it?
Mm-hmm.
My stance have never changed about you, man. It's outside shit that's trying to break us apart. Like, my job is to not let that happen, right? So my job is to put whatever is needs to be done. You know what I'm saying? Like, show effort towards that.
Has this girl ever expressed?
Show who I choose. I choose you over anybody. Okay. I don't give a fuck about nobody else but you.
Okay.
And that's point blank. Period.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna put you on my page. There she go. Y'all know her fucking face. If you want to come, go say something to her. I'm like, go say something to her.
Wait, now how old are we? Now I'm gonna put you on my Facebook page, and that's gonna prove that you my woman. Now, mind you guys, this conversation happened before the bowling brawl, the bowling alley brawl, right? It's him sitting here talking about, I'm going to put your face on my Facebook. But the week before, he was just sleeping with the other woman. Baby, a mess. Sassy age.
Because that's not just me posting you on my page. You on my actual page already.
Mm-hmm.
So that's not like I'm just posting a picture as a friend. You on my page while we somewhere about it, just me and you. That's completely different things.
Yeah.
But let my class in, baby. I'll call you back.
All right.
I love you.
Yeah, you guys, this was like April the 3rd. This was before the bowling alley brawl.
I showed his face in the beginning, and yeah, all hell broke loose this past Sunday. And I don't know. This ain't a typical player piece situation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really know how to like find the silver lining in this, make light of the situation. Because usually I always find a way to like make light of the situation. But I genuinely don't have anything bad to say about him. I just feel so betrayed, and I know a lot of women deal with this type of betrayal. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people are able to work through it. because their life isn't publicized like mine. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, you know. He has been apologetic about it, and he admits that he shouldn't have entertained it, you know. And the story that he's sticking to is that the young lady pursued him and was a stalker, you know what I'm saying? But even then, even if that was the truth, which I don't believe it, because I've seen the receipts. Even if that was the truth, like, you didn't consider me. You didn't consider the fact that every time we go somewhere, or anytime we out in Dallas, somebody always approaches us, and you know, we meet PayPals. You know, at any point you could have considered, maybe let's not respond to this girl, because Peyton could have sent her just to see if I was gonna bite the bait. You know, anything. You know. Because even if this was a situation like, what's that movie where Glenn Close was in, where she was like messing with a married man, and then she got like super infatuated and obsessed and bored his rabbit. What was the name of the movie? Let me ask ChatGPT. Hey chat, what was the name of the movie that Glenn Close starred in, where she was infatuated with a married man and ended up boiling his rabbit?
That movie is called Fatal Attraction. Glenn Close plays the character Alex Forrest, who becomes infatuated with a married man.
Thank you.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions or need recommendations, feel free to ask.
She gonna hit every time. But yeah, even if it was a situation like that, like, you had complete autonomy to decide whether or not to entertain it, but you fell short of temptation. And I know men fall short of temptation all the time, because there are a lot of available, beautiful women out there. You know what I'm saying? But when you know you got some good, why risk it all for sex? Like, for a temporary moment. Why risk everything for a temporary moment? You got PayPals, like hundreds of PayPals, because there were some that didn't like him in the comments, but you got hundreds of PayPals that.
What Peyton got to understand is, since that was just your boyfriend, that wasn't your husband. You talking about why risk it all? What was he promised? What you mean, why risk it all? Y'all were boyfriend and girlfriend. You don't have to go to the courthouse to annul that. Yeah, boyfriend, girlfriend, you just say, I quit you. And then that's it. Y'all quit each other. And she act like they was in holy matrimony or something. What you mean risk it all, sis? Obviously, sis, he doesn't cherish, or he doesn't understand what a good thing is when it's standing in his face. You know, it's a lot of people out there like that. Okay, they don't appreciate a good thing till it's gone. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm gonna just say this, sis. Ain't no need you being in your feelings about it. Let him be in his feelings, because he the one that effed up. You ain't do nothing wrong.
I'm rooting for you. Like, why mess that up for something that you saying didn't mean anything to you? You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I have never voluntarily been the other woman, but I have been in situations where I found out that a man that I was dealing with had a girlfriend, and I just walked away peacefully from it. I never have ever came to a woman. Like, that's just not me. It's two types of women in the world: the woman that will and the woman that won't. I'm definitely the woman that won't. Like, I don't want to be on the other end of hurting another woman. And that also goes with, you know, dealing with a man that's in a relationship, but also going to the woman and telling her that you've been dealing with a man that's in a relationship. A happy relationship is what it looks like at that. So, like, I never would want to be on the other end.
Wait, hold on. Wait, whoa. You blaming her for breaking up your fairy tale? Girl, you should be thanking that woman. She saved your pockets for spending unnecessary money on that man that he did not deserve. Not you blaming the woman for breaking up your fantasy island for telling you that she in love with the same man that you in love with. She wrong for telling you the same way he licking on you, he licking on her. She wrong for that? What? Where is he wrong? Wait, hold on, girl. Hey, you just lost me, sis. Why is that her fault? Now, if you're the type of woman where if you find out a man is cheating, you don't take the measures of going to the woman he's with to tell her that you the one he cheating with. Since if you choose not to go through all that extra, that's your business, sis. Okay, that's your business. But there are some women out here like, hold on. Now you ain't gonna keep playing me, especially once I done found out I'm being played. There are some women that's gonna stand up and be like, we're not gonna do this. So, and she just so happened to be the one. To be quite honest with you, you need to be thanking that heifer.
Of hurting a woman. So when I find out, because we all find out whether we go looking for it or it falls in our lap, we all find out if a man is in a situation or a relationship with another woman. And for me, I never wanted to be that girl that did that. So yeah, I mean, my world turned upside down. I don't know if she intended on doing it, but I could say this from her receipts.
Wait, of course she. Wait, hold on, Peyton. Now, what you think? Sis, you taking this PayPal thing a little too far. Okay, it was said that her mama is a PayPal. They say nothing about her being no PayPal. So you said you don't know if she intended to hurt you. Well, why not you hurt you? She hurt. She's sparing your feelings. Why wouldn't Big be the one, the man that was sleeping with both of y'all? Why wouldn't he be the one to spare your feelings? Not she was supposed to spare your feelings. So you wanted to keep living this lie that this man was telling you? So this right here just shows me like, Peyton, sis, you don't value yourself much because you sitting here blaming this woman for opening your eyes to a situation that you was half open, half closed with. Girl, right there, in my opinion, tell me all I need to know. Girl, what in the world are you talking about? She said, I guess she intended to hurt me. Of course she intended to hurt you. She hurt. The only one that ain't hurt is Big. Because I guarantee you, he ain't effing with neither one of y'all. He got baby, it's another one in the side pocket. Trust and believe. Ninjas like them, they ain't never left alone for too long. Maybe a couple days a week, but never longer than 30 days. Okay, they always got them a little piece tucked off somewhere. Girl.
She was absolutely, she had strong feelings for him. And it was apparent that she was just as hurt as she felt I would be if she empathized with how hurt I would be. But when it comes to these type of situations, like even if you decide to go to the woman and tell her, you still don't even know like what type of situation they get or what type of understanding they get. And when a man does not want to lose what he got, you never know the lengths that he'll go to not ruin the situation or the relationship that he's already in. Yes, he's ruining it himself, but when you go to the woman, you also play a role in ruining it, and you don't know like how crazy these men are. Like, you never know. So like that's another reason why I never would put myself in a situation to go to a woman and tell her what her man doing, because you never know what lengths he'll go. Like, you never know how he'll lie, how he'll try to manipulate the situation. You absolutely never know. So
Peyton, don't nobody care. Like, sis, if you find out you the other woman and you don't want to tell the main woman that you are sleeping with her man too, not like you did it on purpose, but you just so found out that he was sleeping. Sis, if you're the type of woman that don't want to tell the other woman, sis, okay, you don't have to. That's your choice. But there are many women out here that don't care nothing about that. They gonna bust it wide open because the whole objective is to hurt that man too. Like, he need to be hurt too. He can't have his cake and eat it too, sis. So you okay with a man having his cake and eating it too? Huh? I disagree with her on that one. I mean, it just really depends on the type of person you are and what steps you want to take. If you really want to go through the strengths of you know, look, let me tell you something. It can be dangerous, but it's dangerous sleeping with a man unprotected. Clock that T. That's dangerous too. That could be a life sentence as well too. So you really ain't no win-win in this situation. Either I tell you your man slipping and dipping, or he been slipping and dipping with both of us, and we both, you know what I'm saying? Like, we both got a situation. Because not only is he slipping and dipping with me and you, it might be another one out here that me nor you even know about. Okay? So let's be honest. Either way is dangerous.
That's why I walk away peacefully. I try to walk away peacefully from real relationships that I'm in, situations that I'm in, friendships, toxic situation, any situation that I feel like affects my peace, I walk away peacefully from it, because I already know I'm a crash out. And ooh, baby, crash out in my blood. It's in my DNA. Like, I ain't even told y'all half of the tea that I've seen in my life, but like it's definitely in my blood. It's definitely in my blood. And I don't understand why men even test people. Like, you got shows like Forensic Files, Snap, stuff like that. Like, why would you even play with somebody like that? Because you never know, like, what's going on up here. A person can hide what's going on up here a lot. You know what I'm saying? I was just telling somebody the other day, like, PTSD is bigger than what people actually think it is. I have an actual injury to my ankle. I don't get but 10% disability from the veterans disability. But PTSD, I get 70%. I get 70% for PTSD from going to war, because they know, like, PTSD is basically like a mental illness. You know what I'm saying? You having nightmares, night sweats. At any point you can snap. You know what I'm saying? From seeing what you're seeing and being involved in certain situations. Now, while I wasn't on the front line, I still seen a lot. I done been through a lot. I done been through a lot as a child. I done been through a lot as a teenager, bully, all this stuff. Like, at some point, a person just can't take it anymore, and you shouldn't play with people like that. Like, regardless of whoever it is, whatever situation, you should not play with people like that, because you never know what they dealing with up here. You know what I'm saying? So I just wish he would have considered me. You know what I'm saying? I really wish he would have considered me. And, you know, he's apologetic. He's been blowing my phone up, apologizing, asking, can we work through it, talking about couples counseling and all that stuff. And I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I got love for him. I absolutely was in love with him. We was talking about, you know, starting a family and building together, and just really, you know, building something solid. And I just feel like this broke us. I just really feel like this broke us.
Sis, what do you mean it broke you? Sis, it's not replaceable. Because if he do it once and get away with it, he definitely has the opportunity to do it again with no regard, like he did it the first time. She said, I just feel like this really broke us. Sis, it's already broken. Yeah. What is she talking about? I understand she in her feelings. I understand her pain. I understand her regret. And I understand her wishing it wouldn't have happened. Now, you saying that y'all was talking about starting a family. Peyton, isn't your daughter about what, 18, 19 years old? Girl, you mean to tell me you wait 19, damn near 20 years with one child, and you get ready to go birth one for this ninja, and you damn near 45? Nice. My thing is this: Peyton is tired of being lonely. And I understand that, right? I empathize with her. I understand. I just said that to you guys a little bit ago. Peyton has this big old house, money, and whatever else she got going on for herself. You know, she seems to be doing okay for herself. And she got all this and nobody to share it with. So I definitely feel like, but because she is lonely, it's almost like the ninja sensed that. And it's almost like her loneliness is like a piece of raw steak waving in front of the dog's eyes. And they just gonna jump up and snatch it, you know? I really don't know what to tell her, how to handle that and what to do. I mean, you know, Peyton she's an adult. She should be able to know this ain't the first rodeo. This ain't her first rodeo. But he definitely, you're right, Mastermind. He definitely picked up on her loneliness. It probably was the conversations of her talking about, you know, what she's fantasizing and wanting, you know, in a relationship and moving forward. And again, you know, it's so unfortunate because, you know, nowadays, and y'all know we talked about this many times on the Kendra G reactions that we do, like the dating pool is horrendous. Like it's pitiful. Like it's bad, okay? And so, you know, it doesn't help that, you know, she's in a big city and you would think, oh, okay, she's in a big city, more choices, but unfortunately, the bigger the city, the bigger the creeps. Unfortunately for, you know, Peyton.
And this ain't no typical player piece situation. I usually can like make light of a lot of shit and make fun of a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I never really want to let anybody, you know, her, him, her mama, anybody see that they got me. You know what I'm saying? And I know that that's probably not their intention, but at the same time, I am aware that it's a lot of people that watch me that laugh at my failures, laugh at my pain, and they didn't want to see me happy, you know. So
Peyton, let's just say, I hope there is nobody out here with a Peyton voodoo doll sticking pins in it, hoping and praying they can ward all the good men from you, sis. You know, I just feel like Peyton's in her feelings and she's feeling some type of way. But sis, it definitely is not the comments. It's not the internet fault that your man don't know how to keep his dick in his pants, sis. That has nothing to do with the internet. Okay? Girl, he probably was sleeping with the woman even before he knew you existed. So how's the internet at fault? That you said, like, you blaming the girl, blaming the internet, you blaming everybody but him.
You know, I don't know.
I just be, he didn't want you to be happy.
I hate I have to keep going through this though. I tell you that because I'm not one to forgive. I don't know how to. I really don't know how to. And you know, there are things that I might not like about you, or they might have been like, I won't say icks, but because I can be picky, right? It's certain things that I would notice about a person that I look past once I fall for you. But once you betray me, those things that I was looking past, they become amplified. It could be, you know, some small, like just, you know, the way you eat, or, you know, if a person had like black spots on their lips from smoking and shit like that, I look past all that once I fall for you. But once you betray me, like all of it is just like, it's amplified times 10. And it's like, I will look at you differently. And that's not just saying like your soul, your spirit, but physically, that attraction will look completely different. And I know I've heard people talk about how women forgive men easy and much faster than they forgive their own friends. Not me. I don't discriminate, baby. If you betray me or slight me in any way, I'm cutting your ass off. But I really admire the woman, because like I said, this type of betrayal is common. It go like a lot of women go through this, and I really admire the women that stay, you know, and work through it. I always want to like get in their head and like what do y'all tell y'all self? What do y'all, how do y'all convince y'all self that, it's worth working through? What do y'all say to y'all selves? Because as a leaver,
see, this is what the problem is. Peyton has invested too much time and energy in this man. And in her mind, it's almost leaving the deal on the table. In her mind, I'm not saying that she is going to miss his company, his companionship, but sis also is realizing, damn, I done spent a little coin. I done invested a little bit in this ninja. Well, sis, people lose money on investments all the damn time. It's just, things that go up must come down. It's just the way of life. Now she wants us to help her figure out how she can make amends to this situation, how she can humble herself and try to look past what they've been through and see if they can have a brighter future. The only thing, every time I would look at him, I would just keep thinking about how this woman came in the comment section at my job. It's almost like you sitting at the break room at work and the woman your husband cheating with come busting through the break room and say, yeah, I'm sleeping with your husband. And the whole company sitting in the break room eating lunch. And you sitting there looking like, oh, ish. Like, how do you forgive and forget that embarrassment? Like, Peyton don't have 20 subscribers, 10 subscribers, 500, 1,000. The girl got over 100,000. Baby, that's a lot of eyeballs that could potentially been on that comment. And not saying that, but it's the fact that he didn't even care. Like, it's the fact that he didn't even think, damn, my girl is on social media. And shoot, everybody got social media. Shoot, this chick might even got social media. But she clearly got a Facebook, and I know everybody on TikTok. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's like the fact that he didn't even take into consideration that the woman he was sleeping with could potentially run into Peyton's videos or her Instagram or her TikTok or whatever, her YouTube. It's the fact, Peyton, sis, you listening? It's the fact that he didn't even take that into consideration.
But I also know that it ain't shit out here for a single woman. It ain't shit. It ain't shit. Honestly, when I look back at all my exes, the one I was dealing with when I first moved to Dallas, he really wasn't that bad. He really wasn't that bad. He definitely added some trauma to me, though. Because when I went through his phone and found out what I found, I went looking for it. And I found it. But he really wasn't that bad because he didn't embarrass me. Nobody ever came to me as a woman. We had our issues, though. We definitely had our issues. But he really wasn't that bad.
That's true, Virgo Diva. It does. All right. Peyton gets into another conversation. I think we're going to target that conversation tomorrow. We're going to incorporate that with another reaction I want to do tomorrow. If she wasn't on YouTube, she would stay with that man. Yeah, she probably would. And let's be honest, y'all, she probably still is going to entertain it with him and just not bring it to social media. The only thing I can tell her is, girl, you better not go nowhere, because she always says every time she leave the house, she runs into a PayPal. Girl, you better not go anywhere in the city of Dallas, because, honey, they're going to see you slipping and dipping with that man over there. I mean, I'm going to be honest with y'all. At this point, I don't really know what Peyton should do, okay? I don't really know what she should do. I just think Peyton needs to choose her, okay? And however that looks for Peyton, that's her business, you know? But I definitely feel like Peyton needs to choose her. And and start leading more with her head and not her heart. Unfortunately, women, we get caught up like that, y'all. We lead with our heart instead of our heads. And then when we do that, we always get the short end of the stick every damn time. I don't think she's done yet. I don't think she is either. She's not, because he really love bombed her. You could tell that man really finessed her. That little young ninja, okay. He probably threw that thing on her, and sis regretting that the woman came and basically blew up her fantasy world, And she's blaming the internet. She said she would have never showed that man. She still would be living in La La Land. But what Peyton has to realize, and especially the way Peyton talks about God, since God revealed that to you because he felt like it was time for you to know. Maybe God seen how far you was getting in deep with that man, and he didn't want you to get no deeper where you couldn't pull yourself out. Okay? All right, y'all. That's my time, honey. That's my reaction. Y'all make sure y'all leave y'all thoughts and opinions in the comments. I think this is a good conversation. Maybe you guys can give some of your examples in the comments of how you were able to deal with knowing that you unfortunately got cheated on, and how you was able to bounce back, or did you stay? Did you leave? Share some of you guys' experience in the comments if you care to do that. I think it's a good talking point, because again, unfortunately, we all have experienced a broken heart, All right, you guys. Y'all be good. Y'all be great. And TMR is going to definitely see you in the next one, honey. Ooh, y'all, tomorrow, April the 9th. Wink, wink. Y'all know what time it is. Bye.